The whole park was started with Lions. Lions actually financed putting J524 in the park out here. That set the whole thing going, and Lions they did a whole heap of work to set it in place, and Lions have done thousands of hours and putting the rest of the stuff together. As I said, we've done thousands of hours. We've probably used in excess of $250,000 of some of our own money and quite a lot of grants, government grants, to get it to where it is, and I'm quite sure we'll use probably a couple of $1 million in the near future, rebuilding what we've done and improving what we've done. We've used a lot of stuff, but it's all been done by the Lions Club of Donald, with the assistance of Donald 2000 and any of the other groups that have been involved. The motorbike club actually purchased the wagon that we put the toilet in for us. They put up the money for some of that right at the start, which was excellent. And the Lions Club have leased the land that this is all on, both this side of the line and on the other side of the line, where we've got a lot of static memorabilia displayed, and that's really only the first little bit. But if ever you got to work, and every second one is generally involved with the train park, or Tagati, or the one that's got
So this really is a long-term Lions project, and will go on for years.
This is a long-term Lions project, yeah, definitely a long-term Lions project. And it's one of them. I mean, there are other clubs that have got some things, you know, you look at the Lake Boga guys with their flying boat. I mean, this sort of park and their sort of park, they're similar sized projects, very good projects, and you know, Lions are at the bottom of all and the top of it. So they'll work fully at each one of them, and we're renowned here for the train park, you know, and the Lions Club. Lions are synonymous with this park, and as are the ones up in Lake Boga. So I think these sort of projects live on, and they'll always live on. They'll go longer than us. We'll be gone, long gone, and it'll always be the Lions Heritage Train Park, or the Lions.
And the benefits for the community, this project?
The benefits for the community are the amount of people that stop in the town. They come in on weekends just to have a look at it. Ex-railway train drivers and train personnel know of it now. It's well known, and they pull in just to have a look and do work on it. We've had people come in, like one fella pulled up one day and then offered to redo all the number plates on the J class. They'd been stolen, and he went away and remoulded them in his foundry. He had a private foundry, come back and welded them on so they won't be unbolted again. So the community is always involved somewhere along the line. If we have a working bee, the community turns up to help. And you know, the Lions, you know, it's bloody great to be a Lion.
So the Lions are the instigators. The Lions
are the instigators. They're the drivers of it, and they'll be driving it again in another 50 years.
So whose dream was this one originally?
Well, I suppose you go back to the Allen family, or the family that actually located the J class for us and done the groundwork with the railways to get it here. And when we got it fenced off with the asbestos in it, another Lion came to myself and asked if we could get rid of it and get a grant for it. When we applied for it, they said they wouldn't give us the grant, which was $17,500, just to take the asbestos out of the train. If it was a bigger job, it'd be better. And so I sort of sat down and thought, well, we can do better than this. We went back, and Lions, our club as a group, came up with the shelters that are there, and the barbecue in one of them, and tables and seats in the other one, and the toilet block as well in the other carriage. And it's sort of built, I guess a lot of it, I've been lucky enough to be able to have a fairly big input into it, because I've been able to picture a lot of this stuff. I mean, I've gone to meetings and they've told me I was crazy. We were too busy to be doing that, but we always wind up with the wagon or the carriage or whatever, and it gets completely fixed. So, but we work as a team, as a Lions group, and it's very real. And it's easy to get funding as a Lions club. If you've got a Lions club out there and you've got a group or a project that you think you do, but you would like to do, but you haven't got the money. If you do your homework in the right way, the government likes things that Lions clubs work with because they carry it out right to the finish. They like major projects, Lions, and so do the government, and so do the funding bodies.
Well, as Barry Palmer says, it all starts with a dream, but he said the difference between dreamers and doers is that Lions are dreamers and doers, and they get it done. And here's an example of Lions doing it, and it's going to benefit the community for a long, long time.
Yeah, you've got to have a dream. You've got to, and like this was born out of a dream, about a dream of mine when Pickles came to me and said, well, you know, can we get a grant to get rid of this asbestos? And we come back and said, we need to make it bigger. Suddenly I thought, here's my opportunity. So from here on we let it grow, and as a club we grew it, and we're continuing to grow it. And we've got a future plan for the whole thing, which is probably twice the size of what we've got here now, at least. And we've got the stock sitting around waiting to be picked up and brought here in Brixton.
But it's not a concern to you because you have got a plan and it can be done in the future.
Yep, it can. There's no deadlines. We don't have to have things done by a certain time. For instance, we've got a turntable that's sitting up at Mildura that we can use, and we've been offered. And they said, well, it won't be available for 2.5 years. And my reply was, that's perfect for us. We don't need it for another 2.5 years because we've got enough work here now for the next 2.5 years or more to actually work around this park. And if you're a Lion and you haven't been here, come to Donald and have a look at our Heritage Terrain Park.
Well done. Congratulations, Soapy. I think it's a wonderful project, and thousands of people are going to enjoy this for a long year to come.
Well, probably thousands have enjoyed it already, the people, but the busloads that have come through here and the people on trips that use it as a stopover because it's got toilets, it's got facilities, barbecue facilities, and facilities where they can sit down, have a meal off the road, and have a break with their families during holidays and that sort of thing. And you've really got to be working here to appreciate how many people do go through here in a day.
Fantastic. Well done.